So ever since I started my channel, I said I was going to do Teen Wolf videos, doing videos explaining certain elements of the show, explaining certain creatures of the show, and just talking about Teen Wolf in general. And I haven't made a single video on Teen Wolf yet. Well, that all stops today. Today I have my first Teen Wolf video for all of you Teen Wolf fans out there, and today I'm going to be giving you a legit list on top 10 strongest werewolves in Teen Wolf. Now, the list I've seen for top 10 strongest werewolves on YouTube have been very lame. Not much effort has been put into them. They're just usually videos and clips of certain werewolves throughout the show with music, usually dance electronic music in the background. And I was like, well, me having the knowledge that I have of Teen Wolf and its mythology, and me being very, very educated on the subject, I should probably be the first one on YouTube to actually give a top 10 legit strongest werewolves list. So enough ranting, enough talking. Let's get into it. All right, so at number 10 we have Enos. So the reason I have Enos this low on the list is because even though he's really powerful, he doesn't really have that much to do throughout his time in the series. The first time we see him, he gets destroyed by Alpha Derek with literally like a push to the wall. And the only time we really see him fight is with Derek, and even in that fight, he practically dies only to be finished off by Deucalion. So, literally, you can consider him to be cannon fodder, man. Like, yeah, I wish I put Enos this higher up on the list, but man, he hasn't really done that much throughout his time. All right, so moving on, at number 9 we have Satomi Aito. Yes, Satomi, the legendary werewolf herself. Now, just like Enos, she's really powerful, and also like Enos, she really doesn't have that much to do from what we've seen. The only useful thing she's done was help burn up Corporal Reese in season 3, the flashback episode, the Fox and the Wolf, and kill him. And other than that, all she ever did was run away and ask Scott for help, and was nearly killed by hunters in season 4. And I guess she also helped create the Nagatsune, the Beacon Hills one. So moving on. And guys, mind you, this is a lot to process too, because I have a lot of information to share with you guys. So I sort of wrote my thoughts on paper, because there is no way I was going to tell you guys all this information head on. I just have to like compress my thoughts onto paper. So if you hear paper in the background, I'm just reading what I have written down, because there's a lot to explain. All right, so at number 8, okay, so this is where it starts to get really hard to power scale these werewolves. At number 8 we have Kali, and mind you, the next two I'm about to explain, Kali and whoever's number 7, there's not that much of a power gap between them. Like, the one who's in front of Kali is a tad bit stronger than her, so there's not that much of a power difference. But yeah, we have Kali, Deucalion second in command. Unlike the other members of the Alpha Pack, we actually see her do the most throughout season 3 part 1. She was able to take on Alpha Derek with relative ease. She killed Boyd and Erica, but that can be argued because she dropped Boyd onto Derek's claws. So you technically can say she indirectly killed him, but she also had the balls to take on the Duroc head on, and I mean, like, that speaks for itself, man. So at number 8 we have Kali. All right, moving on. At number 7 we have Ethan and Aiden when they were alphas. Yes, the twins. Now, it's probably going to be a very controversial placement, but I put them there. Just like Kali, these guys speak for themselves, man. They attacked Isaac twice. They took on Scott and the entire pack and survived. Killed their entire Alpha Pack and became stupidly overpowered alphas. Took on Scott, Derek, Styles, and Peter all at the same time. And man, don't even get me started with their merge form. It's stupid how strong their merge form is. Alright, so moving on, we have at number 6 Derek Hale Evolved. Yes, this is Derek Hale when he becomes an evolved werewolf at the end of season 4. Now, We barely see this form of Derek, but he was able to take out a Were-Jaguar Kate Argent with relative ease, like literally in like 2 hits. And mind you, this is the same Kate who is capable of creating berserkers who are damn near invincible. But Derek is back on the show now, so hopefully we'll get to see more of his evolved side in action in Season 6 Part 2. Alright, so moving on from Derek, we have at number 5, Deucalion. Yes, the Demon Wolf himself. Now, guys, for all you fans out there, let me make this clear. It's freaking ridiculous how strong Deucalion is. He was able to nearly take on a fully powered Jennifer Blake, who, mind you, was able to take out Ethan and Aiden's merged form, which is stupidly overpowered, able to take out Kali. So she took out basically 3 members of the Alpha Pack all by herself, and Deucalion was able to practically damn near almost kill her until she got full charged and beat the crap out of him. She took out Scott and Derek with ease without breaking a sweat. I mean, all he would have to do to prove how strong he is by transforming into his beast-like state or whatever it's called. I don't know if there's a fan term for it or not, but there probably is. Which by itself is stupidly overpowered. Like, if you watch Lunar Eclipse, you'll know what I'm talking about. But moving on from number 5, at number 4, we have Peter Hale in his alpha form. Now, you guys are probably going to come at me in the comments and say, oh, why isn't Peter higher on the list? He's stupidly overpowered. And yes, I know he's stupidly overpowered. But now, guys, Peter in Season 1 is an absolute monster. He was able to kill several, if not dozens of people and go unnoticed. In the final fight alone, sorry, just scrolling through my thoughts in my paper. The final fight alone, he easily bested all the hunters and Scott. He managed to kill Kate and turn her into a Were-Jaguar. And the only way for him to die was from Scott and Jackson, who literally burnt him alive, and they're both humans. So yeah, Peter is a force to be reckoned with, man. He's a force of nature, and he's not to be taken lightly. Alright, so moving on from Peter. At number 3, this is going to be a very controversial pick, but I placed Garrett Douglas, yes, the Nazi Alpha Werewolf, at number 3. Or, excuse me. Now, before you all come at me in the comments saying, why the hell is Douglas this high? Peter should be higher than him. Douglas is cannon fodder. Guys, Douglas is stupidly overpowered. Like, it's ridiculous how strong and how much this dude has accomplished in a short amount of time. Alright, so after rewatching Season 6 Part 1, I thought about having him way higher on the list, but there are just 2 werewolves that are way stronger than him. Well, not way stronger, but one werewolf is a tad bit stronger than him, and then the other is completely out of the question. But yeah, man, he was able to control the Ghost Riders who let me explain this to you, who were able to get rid of entire towns. Let me repeat myself. This dude could control the Ghost Riders who were capable of getting rid of entire towns. He could gain even more powers and abilities by eating people's pineal glands, which is absolutely insane trying to think about that. But guys, this dude is insane, man. Like, he was able to control a Hellhound. Enough said. Alright, moving on from Douglas. At number 2, a lot of you guys probably saw this one coming from the beginning of the video, but it's Scott. Yes, Scott McCall in his true alpha form. Everybody saw this coming. True alpha himself, man. Everything Scott has done to this point speaks for itself. I mean, he got rid of the Kanima with the help of his friends, took on all of the alpha packs, and single-handedly took out the Duroc before becoming an alpha. Took out the Beacon Hills Nagatsune, beat Peter in Season 4 in a one-on-one fight to the death, died twice and still came back stronger than ever, and even took on the freaking beast of the goddamn beast of Gévaudan himself. I mean, the dude has done it all, but he's still not the strongest werewolf in the series. And that brings me to number one. Guys, you should have saw this coming from the beginning of the video. At number one, we have Sebastian Vallet, aka the Beast of Gévaudan, or La Bête du Gévaudan, depending on which wording you prefer, French or English, really doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Now everybody saw this coming whether you wanted to or not. Sebastian's just too goddamn hard to take down, bro. I mean, this dude was unlike any other werewolf we have ever seen on the series. I mean, guys, this dude is a god. He took out the Hellhound, Alpha Scott, all of the pack, plus, and I know a lot of people are gonna try and argue in the comments with me against this, but if it weren't for Allison, Scott would have freaking died in the final fight against the Beast. I mean, like, dude, it's the Beast of Gévaudan. I don't really have to explain myself or explain anything else. But man, that's it for the video. I'm out. Subscribe, like if you like this top 10. Make sure you comment in the comment section below, and when you subscribe, turn on my post notifications. It's Geek Talk. I'm out. Peace. See you guys in the next one. Stay safe.